What's going on, guys? So today I'm gonna kind of switch things up a little bit. I am going to be doing a lot of talking, which you guys know is my favorite thing to do. I really do enjoy just yapping away. I should really do a podcast. But today's subject is going to be the 2JZ Camaro. So I wanted to give you guys a lot more insight on what is in this car and what it takes to have a 7-second 2JZ Camaro. Obviously, there's a lot of different ways to get to the same results, but I'm gonna tell you exactly how we did it and what is done to this car to make it happen. I'm gonna try to go into detail on everything and talk about basically every single part that's on this car. I'm sure I'll miss plenty of things, but I'm gonna give it a try. So this is my 7-second 2JZ Camaro. I hate calling it a 7-second car because it's only done it once, but it's technically a 7-second car. Hopefully it'll do it more times. One would imagine that it could go 7s more times. This isn't in the 7-second trim. It now does have a bigger turbo, so hopefully we can go a little faster. But let's start with the car. So this is a 1999 V6 Camaro base model, hardtop. So it is non-T-top car, and I got it for, I think, $900 a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And it was a running, driving V6 car, clean, no rust. And then the mods began, and you guys know how that kind of snowballs. So first, let's talk chassis. So it has a 850 plus cage built by Profab. It has a few extra bars, so it makes it capable of going faster than 850s. There's no cert. It's in between, kind of. It's not certed, but it is also scheduled to go in for more cage. It has been scheduled since October. Working on it, but I do feel safe in this car. It's definitely set up to go faster than 850s, but NHRA doesn't have like a in-between cert. It's got 2 Kirky seats, Impact Racing harnesses. I really like these harnesses. It's got fiberglass one-piece dash. Carpeting is just speaker box carpeting. Extra thin, but gives it the appearance of carpeting still. It has a Midwest chassis 9-inch underneath it. Really awesome part. Viking coilovers all around. BMR front K-member. Has the Midwest chassis torque arm and transmission mount. In the back, it has strange brakes and strange axles in that Midwest chassis 9-inch. It's got stock front brakes, which really need to go. That's on my list. I am working on it. As far as chassis goes, I guess you can include the wing in the chassis. It has a wing from Racecraft, and then their filler panel. The parachute is all from Motion Raceworks. It has the Motion Raceworks lightweight steering column, and then their steering wheel. The brake booster has been deleted. It has a aftermarket manual brake conversion, has a aluminum radiator that is meant to be stand-up radiator like that. It's gonna be a lot of rambling. I'm gonna be kind of going back and forth, unfortunately, because once I see things, I'll remember. It is motor plated, VWR, motor plate, Virtual Raceworks, really awesome piece. It has the belly pan under there that I made. It's got a no corners cut fab intercooler that I ordered for this. It's one of their off-the-shelf pieces that I just kind of imagined would work in that spot. Did some measuring, we got it to fit there. Motion Raceworks trans cooler right up in the nose here. All the installation of this motor and fab work was done by For the Performance up in Clearwater. Those guys were awesome to work with. They basically listened to all of my ridiculous ideas and demands, and we were able to make this work like this. So it was a mix of Jonathan's awesome fab work and my terrible-ish idea, weird idea, whatever you want to call it. It has a Pro EFI harness, and all the sensors and the ECU is all from Pro EFI. It's got this surge tank here for the fuel system, mechanical fuel pump here, Magna Fuel 750 in the back from Motion Raceworks. We did an electric water pump and all AN lines so that if there is like a boost issue, it will just come out over here, ideally, because you don't want your boost issue to balloon your radiator and blow a line apart if you lift your head gasket. We have a Plasma Man intake and fuel rail, ID 2650 injectors, induction performance, IGN 1A coils, and then the motor. This is not a billet block. This is a stock head, stock block, stock stroke, GSE cams. The motor is fully spec'd out by Induction Performance, built by Fast Forward Race Engines. They build all the induction motors, and they build some killer motors. Fast Forward did such an amazing job on this motor. This motor was originally built by me to go in the MK3 Supra, and we kind of last minute decided, I decided that it would be really cool to put it in this chassis. So instead of this very nice expensive motor that I built going into a Supra, we decided to put it in this. We sold off the turbo that was on it and put a bigger 8385, and it was just a 67 millimeter before that. So we stepped up to an 8385 from Precision Turbo and then gave this motor hell, and it's been accepting it. So that's pretty awesome, because this motor was built for like 1,000 horsepower, but the way that Induction Performance operates is their 1,000 horsepower build clearly can take 1,400, in my case at least. We did some stuff in here that's a little past their 1,000 horsepower build, but if you want to go check out the specs on this motor, just go on to inductionperformance.com and check out the Stage 2 motor. That's what this is. Stage 2 motor, VVTi, BPA, exhaust manifold on the side of the motor here, and this piece is so awesome. This is an MK3 exhaust manifold, and it just works so well. It put the wastegates in an easy spot for us. Everything fits well. It's insane that this MK3 Supra manifold sits and fits so well in here. The mid plate is built by ATF, Automatic Transmission Factory, located here in Florida. Those guys have been awesome. They built the mid plate and the adapter so that we can run a Power Glide, because Toyota and Power Glide don't normally mix. They built the trans, they built the converter, they built the adapter, everything. They crushed it on that. It has been so awesome. This converter is surpassing all expectations from just like a baseline, this should work converter. So I can't wait to keep throwing more power at it and see exactly what it can do. It also has their dump valve, which is really awesome because we can get up on the brake quickly. The turbo builds boost so fast with that dump valve. It's a very cool piece. Up front, we have a Motion Raceworks catch can, along with the Motion Raceworks CO2 boost controller, the Motion Raceworks steering wheel, their buttons. I have a TCI shifter in there, Power Glide shifter. I got this nice switch panel up here. This is the same one that I run in the 240. It is the ARC 3700, I want to say. Then I have the Motion Raceworks billet parachute release handle. I have the smooth stage box back there, the Pro EFI touchscreen right here. Very awesome stuff, along with the Pro EFI data logger right there. You just pull out that USB, put it in your laptop, and boom, you have your data log. This car is a crank window car. This wing is very securely mounted. It's very, very well put together wing. Gotta give it to them there. I bought this thing. I mean, it's not a sponsored ad at all. This wing is just awesome. In the back, got the nitrous bottle holder from Innovative Racecraft. Really nice stand-up nitrous bottle holder. Fuel cell back here. ProFab also built this tank that covers the fuel cell because you're not supposed to have it in your cabin, and we have a hatchback, so this is kind of the only answer. Got the EverStart Max battery there, solid piece. Then we have our ART kill switch back here, which is really nice. Obviously the Motion Raceworks parachute, but it is also their CO2 launcher, so parachute launches a little bit. The air water intercooler tank. All of the wiring back here was done by ProFab. They did a really killer job on this for the fuel system and all that kind of stuff. Got my emergency tool back here for my nitrous bottle, just in case. So a quick release pin on here. Very convenient to have, just put that on. Pins for the hatch, because the key is no longer usable because I don't have a lock there. Nitrous outlet, nitrous system on here. And let's go underneath and I can kind of show you guys that rear end a little bit because it's a really nice piece. So there's that 9-inch rear end from Midwest Chassis. It is their whole kit. It has their panhard bar, their anti-roll bar, their lower control arms, the drive shaft loop, and the torque arm are all Midwest chassis stuff. The brake lines are all mounted to it. For the tires, we have a 275 Mickey Thompson ET Street Pro. These tires are freaking insane. These 275 ET Street Pro are such a good tire. I freaking love these tires. Man, I think that covers it. That was a extremely quick rundown that I was able to do of the entire car. I really don't think I missed much, if anything. Somehow I was able to just bomb through all that and ramble it all out real quick. If I missed anything, comment down below and I'll talk about it. It still has stock hood, stock doors, stock hatch, all factory glass. This car is still very heavy. It's 3,300 pounds going down track. It runs on Ignite fuel and it will be running 7s hopefully this weekend. That's the goal. I mean, you guys see it's still got factory plastic back here. Big thanks to the people that are on board with it. The sponsors, Motion Raceworks, Pro EFI, ATF, BPA, Precision Turbo. Those guys are so awesome. And then the big one, Induction Performance. Those guys absolutely crush it with every build that has ever left their shop. It's just insane the level of skill that they have to put this combo together, and on its first pass ever go 840. Tuning all done by Alpha. He is just the man. He knows exactly what these motors like. He basically he made it happen on this car, that's for sure. So if you guys want to do a car similar to this, there's the whole breakdown. Nothing crazy. It does still have a chromoly drive shaft from PST. I really do need to switch to an aluminum or a carbon fiber one at some point because the chromoly one is a little sketchy. If I do break it, it will be trying to come through the floor with me. That'll be a fingers crossed. Drive shaft loop does its thing. I really think I've covered all bases now. That is everything you need to know about the 2JZ Camaro. Hope you guys like it. I hope that answered all of your questions because I get a lot of questions about it. And I really try to answer them as much as possible, but it's difficult. So I hope that video covers all of it. And if you guys do have any questions on the build, please comment them down below. I'll be happy to answer them. Love that sticker. I'll be happy to answer them. Wish me luck this weekend. We'll be out there crushing it. You guys already know. SCT Bradenton is this weekend, so you definitely don't want to miss it. That'll do it for this video though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Your support is the only reason that I am able to have this car, race it, enjoy what I'm doing. And with your continued support, we will hopefully be pushing farther, pushing the car even harder, and then push it into 2021 and go faster. Keep it saucy. I'll see you next time.